It's a Friday, currently 12:25 GMT. In about 4 minutes now we have CPI data coming for USD, and currently watching it live, and looking for this pound to actually draw back into this thin area. We'll have to see, but I'm currently long right in here at 2025. Just looking for I think just looking for this price to draw back into this area first, and then possibly deeper into this area, and we'll have to see how this one goes. But so far as it looks right now, it doesn't look like it wants to go to the upside. Just can see it's currently the bodies of these candles are, you can see, currently hanging on these lows, so this is highly suggestive of a move to the downside. But this is a very small position right now, and the stop is just below in this area at 930, just below this level. This is not a good level, neither this is, but if the price wants to go to the downside, I would much rather see price coming into these areas and possibly newer pickup into some of these areas. But we'll have to see on that one how this one goes. And as far as S&P goes right now, so S&P so far looks we did hit this liquidity, so this move down would have to maintain. So I think if the pressure maintains right now, it could see a release to the downside. That would be much more. That's what I want to see, but I'm just not very confident on this one given this accumulation right now. So we can easily see a release to the upside, but we'll see how the data comes out, and I'll watch on that one. But just carrying along in here in pound. Stop is just below that low, and targeting a little bit to the upside, potentially into this area, and then this. So in 2 minutes we go. So let's see. Okay, so you can see 15 seconds to go, and you can see the spread starts to started to open up now, and we'll see. So far looks like points want to release a downside, but let's see.
Month-to-month core at 0.4% year-on-year, 5% for core year-on-year, 5.6%. Rate, that's the US CPI month-to-month rate at 0.1%, drawn below the prior unexpected 0.2%, while core month-to-month at 0.4%, in line with expectations, but dropping below the prior. For year-on-year, it was 5.0%, it was slightly below the expected 5.1%, with the core year-on-year 5.6%, in line with expectations. For real average hourly earnings, that's minus 0.7% year-on-year, or weekly earnings at minus 1.6%.
So you can see a release to the upside, pretty nice actually. So just a sec, just take care of this one there.
So looking to the breakdown on the report here, they note that the index for shelter was by far the largest contributor to the monthly all items increase. This more than offset a decline in the energy index.
Exercisable level right in here. Let's try to sell this one.
Indexes declined. Food index unchanged to March, with the food at home index as well.
Let's put it there. So I'm out of major of my long in here, and just waiting for this one.
US short-term interest rate futures pricing in less chance of a 25 base point Fed hike in May post-inflation data.
I think this could be a live sell actually, right in here. This could be a live sell. Just looking for a drawback into a little bit of this range and here into this gap in here. And as far as data is concerned, so better than expected, I think. Negative USD 0.1%, expected 0.2%. So this right in here is a live sell for me in here. Very short position, just plugging in just what I made in here. Let's just set it up and let's see. Okay, so short right in here at 694 area, and could be a small trade right in here, and some short at 694. So I'm going to take something out at 13 pips right in here. A little bit of position would be out in here, and because the price looks very aggressive, obviously. So I'm just going to take something out in here and leave the rest of the position in and see what happens. But as far as the stop is concerned, so the stop is open just above this high, because I do think I don't think, but I think there is something is there just above this, and so I think, yeah, just a second, just let me take a back position. Okay, so out 50% of my position right in here. 50% of the position out at 13 pips, and actually the fill is very bad in here, but yeah, so due to the spread, I got filled in at 11 pips, sorry, for the first scaling out. Now the stop will just come above this high. Actually it's at break even now, just go to break even. No, actually it's just way down. How much is it though? I'll just scale it above 740 and see if we can fill in this gap, and let's see. Okay, so I'm out of that position in here. I moved my stop to break even and got taken out right in here. Couldn't take much out in here, but I just saw that S&P moving like this, so I think the next bit of liquidity is something in here, so I think we can move a little bit to the upside. So just got out of that pound short, booked 11 pips for the first scaling, and got out of the rest. So let's see how this one progresses. A short right in here again at 638, 638 right in here. So the reason is fairly simply being that obviously we have a gap in here. Then I went on the 30-tick chart, and you can see this pricing moving very thinly. Then we came back in. This move looks pretty clean up to me. Then nonetheless, this price action is thin in here, comes down and picks rest of this liquidity, and then runs back and thin. So this started to shift right in here, so I took a trade just in here, and so far you can see it has moved nicely, but I don't want to see this holding, but it's still holding in here. But now I would like to see this move roll over and come and fill in these areas, but not necessarily very low risk trade again in this environment. So and the stop is just above in here, 17 pip stop. So looking for a move down into this gap in this area still, because you can see it's a 30-tick chart and it's very thin, so generally these gaps do fill, but I'm just watching it closely and see what happens. And S&P, it looks like it's drawing back down a little, but let's just see what happens in here now. Okay, so 30% of the position was scaled out right at this there it go. Yeah, so just because I couldn't find any definition in the tick chart, so I just took something out at this clean breaking point, and it just started to move to the upside right now, and just stop is just left right in here, because very low risk, and just want to see this thin leg fill if you're gonna tick chart, so you can see a little bit of a break. So I got out of a long right from here, rest of the position, and I'm still holding the short. I think this doesn't look bearish at all, but let's see. Also not government, but I think yeah, so Bank of England governor is also speaking right now in about 8 minutes, so right in here, so we could see some volatility, but not looking for anything right now. I think I'm done for now, to just watching how this trade pans out. So let's see. Still trading down. Just wanted to see if this price reacts to this these little pockets in here. If we just zoom in here, so so there could be one in this gap, and then in here this is possibly lining up with here. So just wanted to see if price does react into these areas on this tick chart. Very small levels, but certainly I think they could have some reaction in here. So just going to clean this chart up, and we'll see on this one. So 30, so I'll just mark it like this.
monetary policy takes into account financial conditions. It does not have to aim off instability.
So these are just tick chart pockets, but if price does come into them, I think you can see some reaction. Very nice to see even the tick chart showing same relationship. So let's see if it does wants to trade into these levels. Okay, so I was out of that short at in this area. So you can see it went to the other side of this fractal and reacted very nicely, and then came back above inefficiently into this pocket. So quite amazing to see these pockets reacting. So it kind of makes sense because this whole move down was actually feeding with this area. So, and I think I have marked, so there would be some liquidity in here. So it did end up reacting more on the function of actually how the price traded into that area. So you can see a very thinly traded price of actually 30 pips. A very good trade. I didn't take this one because I have a lot of trades today. I'm done for the day, but very nice trade indeed. And I do think we will draw back into this area tomorrow, possibly, or maybe sometime soon. But as you can see how it's a high volatility range, but you can see that then flows in this area. So if this continues to maintain a pressure down, I think we could see possibly that low. I think it's coming below that low. So just a second. Yeah, so I think we can come into those pockets, but I would much rather see this this move failing and dropping into these areas, possibly lower, but one thing at a time again. So let's see this one. Very nice response of this level. Let's see what we want here. Okay, so also the S&P, you can see very surprisingly S&P has a very nice rejection. It did rejected. You can see a very nice move actually to the upside for 40 points and rejected. So these could be some short-term trades, very short scalp, but not going to play them, just watching them. We also have FOMC minutes at 6 p.m. GMT. So I'll just wait for that and just won't do anything but watch it and see if I can compile with this video. But Canada and also Euro is still continuing, actually showing a little bit of rejection now, but more interested in pound. So I do think we can come into this space sooner because of the rejection, and given the price action has left this gap in here, so it does fill in this area, and then possibly this is quite weak, so we might see price coming to this area or possibly lower. But also if I'm not taking it, but I think if price does move into this area right in here at about 716, this is a short for me, a swing short to take us into deeper levels. But that's it for the video, and just watching S&P closely so far. Same sort of pockets in here, and same for the S&P. I'll just try to look for some deeper levels in here. If it does maintain the pressure to the downside, loading. So yeah, possibly I would say around 40 or possibly deeper. Okay, so before closing, I just like to exercise this buy trade in here, in this scalp, not taking but just exercising in here, a small trade, and let's see what happens in here. Stop will be just below this low, and let's see. Please stalling in here, but I just want to close this video, so just going on in here and showing you the executions. So so you can see I think I took a loss in here before before getting on that buy trade. So I had a buy in here, took that position out, and a short in here, then took something out, and then got stopped at break even, and then the short took something out. So a very good day actually. So that's why I'm closing the trading for today, and let's see.